Hello, Jai Jinendra. I'm Raksha Lodha from Pachpadra Kanya Mandal. This video is all about Paap. So, what is Paap? When a living being gets involved in activities, whether it is physical, verbal, or mental, which are sinful, it attracts non-virtuous karma called Paap. Jain philosophy classifies Paap into 18 categories which are interconnected with each other. We should be very careful not to involve ourselves in any of these 18 sinful activities. The first one is Pranatipath, which means violence. The word Pranatipath is formed by two words. Pran means vitalities of living being and Atipath means to kill or to hurt. Therefore, Pranatipath means to cause suffering or to kill any of the vitalities of living being. This is caused by physical activities or harsh words or even by thoughts. Physical violence is very easy to understand. For example, consuming non-vegetarian food causes violence to other living beings. Hunting or fishing also causes violence. Verbal violence is caused by using offensive, hateful, bitter, or harsh words. Mental violence is caused through the mind, such as thought about killing an animal or a human being. Some other forms of violence are torturing and overloading the animals. There are also a product in the market like cosmetics, silk, clothes, or leather. These all involve direct or indirect injury to the animals and are the reason for accumulation of sins. We should be very careful while walking, running, and sitting so that we do not step on even the smallest insect. We should not walk on plants or grass because they do have a life. When we become careful, we can live a peaceful and compassionate life. So the second one is Mishavad. It is formed of two words. Misha means lie and Vad means to speak. So Mishavad means to tell a lie. Telling things otherwise is telling a lie. Most common reason for lying are anger, greed, fear, and deception. Some other example of lies are spreading rumors, revealing the secrets, writing false document, also cracking a joke. So by Mishavad, we not only accumulate the sins but also tend to lose friends. For saints, a truth that causes violence is also to be avoided. They keep quiet if such a situation arises. Third one is Adatan. It is formed of two words. Adat means without permission and Adan means to take. To take something without permission of the owner or to steal is known as Adatadan. To acquire something which does not belong to us by adopting wrong means is also considered as stealing. So even if we don't steal directly but encourage someone else to do so is also a sin. For example, buying or receiving a stolen property, evading taxes, take someone's writing or idea, smuggling activities, these all are the examples of stealing. Next one is Mithun. Mithun means being unchaste or engaging in sensuous enjoyment. In Jainism, there is no place for any extramarital relationship because excessive sensual desire bring bad karmas, even within the bounds of marriage. It is advised to observe possible restraint and natural gratification. Parigraha. It means attachment towards possession. It is considered a sin to accumulate and possess more than our basic necessities. We should acquire what we basically need and should never accumulate more just because we like to aspire to have those things. We should remember that greed is the root cause of unnecessary accumulation, which in turn leads to unrest and keeps our cravings alive to have more possessions. Therefore, we should try to control our desires and lead a life of contentment. Next paap is Krodh. Krodh means anger. Whenever we do not get what we want, when our desires are not fulfilled, we get upset or angry. This results in using harsh words, fights, or even negative emotions. When a person is angry, he or she cannot distinguish between right and wrong, good or bad, and that's where they lose his balance or even control of their mind. With some time, people are even ready to commit suicide. Anger causes one to lose physical, mental, and emotional health, and therefore it is a great impediment to spiritual progress. To overcome this, we should develop tolerance by remaining calm and composed, and by learning to forgive and forget. We must avoid reacting impulsively. If this can be achieved, then there will be no place for unrest among us, around us. We will be able to live peacefully with others. Next path is man. Man means ego, pride, arrogance, self-admiration, and conceit are all synonymous. Ego means thinking too much of self-pride, due to which we tend to look down upon others. Jain scriptures describe eight types of ego. Ego can be overcome by cultivating a sense of humility. Man is an obstacle in acquiring a higher state of spirituality. One can control the emotion by practicing contemplation of modesty, which is also called mriduta in Hindi. Next path is Maya. Maya means to deceive, cheat, or mislead. It means having a dishonest life. Honesty helps to realize the truth and be on the right path. A deceitful person usually has very little understanding of religion, ethics, culture, etc., due to which they are misled in life. In order to gain profit, they cheat others without hesitation. They seek to do wrong things, so it is always advisable to refrain from Maya. Next path is Lobh. Lobh means greed. When we have enough to meet our needs but want more just for the sake of having it, then it is greed. There is no end to our desires. When we do not get what we want, we become jealous of the person who has it. So, to acquire what we want, we use all means of deception, stealing, or even killing. Most of the wars between the nations are a result of greed, of one to take over the others. Hence, greed is most dangerous and difficult to overcome. By being satisfied with what we have and sharing with others helps us overcome the feeling of greed. If everybody follows this, then there will be peace and harmony among us. Next path is Rag. Rag means attachment. We always see an object or a person with a feeling of attachment. To get rid of this Rag, one should cultivate the feeling of detachment. Next path is Veish. Veish means hatred, enmity, jealousy, etc. Quite often we come across situations where we do not like something or someone. Most of the time we ignore that, but sometimes it develops into hatred towards someone. If hatred is developed due to personal loss, then it can turn into anger and this may cause harm to others. Also to us, we should develop goodwill towards everybody by being compassionate towards them. This will help us to live a peaceful life. Next part is color. It means dispute or quarrel. Most of the time, if we do not agree with others, we argue. Many people fight even for trivial matters. At times, we might win by arguing or fighting, but in the long run, the relationship are not healthy. Frustration or anger are the major cause of fighting. We should learn to let it go and develop amity or friendliness. Next path is Abhyakhyan. Abhyakhyan is making false accusation on somebody. Some people cannot accept their downfall and blame others. Before accusing anyone, we should always find the truth and weigh the pros and cons of such accusation. Everything cannot be in our favor all the time. We should accept this truth and live by that. Next path is Paishunya. Talking behind someone's back or spreading rumors are all known as Paishunya. To slander someone is his absence is passion. Many people try to act smart by spreading rumors about others. Such habits leads to unnecessary frictions and quarrels. This also takes our time away from constructive activities. Instead of talking ill behind his back, we should develop the habit of appreciating others. Next path is Par-parivad. Par means the other person and parivad means to criticize. Many people do nothing but criticize others. Instead of admiring others, they just find fault with others. Criticism is welcome if it is done with good intentions of improving others. It is considered as positive criticism. But if the criticism is done to put down others, then it is considered as negative criticism and this should be avoided. Thus, par-parivad should be avoided because it creates unnecessary friction, cultivate anger, and lead to all kinds of fights. Next path is Rati-arati. Rati means liking and arati means disliking. When we take pleasure in reminiscence or show disinterest in restraint, we attract bad karmas or sins. Instead, we should develop a neutral feeling towards our likes and dislikes and save ourselves from this sin. Next path is Maya-misha. It means telling a malicious lie. A lie is a lie and such it is bad. It becomes worse when we lie because of malicious intentions. This kind of behavior always ends up in friction. We should avoid such habits. Instead of being vicious, we should be kind and truthful to others. The last and the 18th Paap is Mithya Darshan Shalya. This word is combination of three words. Mithya means false, Darshan means faith, Shalya means a thorn. This means to believe in false faith is a thorn which hurts us and can never give us pleasure. Similarly, faith in false belief will also lead us to suffering. False faith promote violence, lying, stealing, and immoral sensual activities and possessiveness. To avoid all this, we should have faith in right conduct and right path. This will guide us to lead our lives in serenity. So from this session, we can safely conclude that these 18 types of sinful activities are all harmful. So we should be very careful and replace the sinful activities with good activities to minimize harm to our soul. Thank you and Om Aram.